it's okay to go there and experience cultural shock, which you will, but that cultural shock should be an opportunity to learn new things. You should be adventurous. More importantly, things operate a little different. A lot of things that you take for granted here, the efficiencies that you see every day, and of course, like my colleague said, lights never go out because of a blackout. You are likely going to experience it there. You can go in an office, you are required to be there at 10 in the morning. You find that you're sitting and waiting for an hour before the meeting starts. Those are some of the pains you go through, but there is a lot that can come back to you if you persevere somewhat. There is a lot, and the good thing is that the satisfaction you experience is more than just the return on investment. You feel you are making an impact. You are creating a legacy. You are affecting people's lives. Things that probably some of them would never have experienced, moved up a little bit. You are making that happen. And the moment you begin internalizing on that, you are likely to sail successfully in that continent.
Another thing I'd add to that, it's a slow burn. So anyone who goes to Africa with the expectation that it's going to be a quick deal, quick transaction, you fly in on Monday, sign the deal on Wednesday, come back on Friday, that's not going to happen. And part of that is because where you have lack of institutions, like the gentleman was saying, one of the reasons it's so important to find a good partner is here in the U.S., if I enter into an agreement with anybody, it doesn't pan out, and someone breached a contract, I can go to a court, whatever, we can go to litigation, arbitration, we can settle. In some of our countries, unfortunately, we do have those mechanisms, but they're not as well established. So therefore, it is vitally critical that when you do go to Africa, that's the reason why it's so critical to find this partner. Part of finding this partner is it's going to take time to build that relationship. They have to get to know you, you have to get to know them. They have to understand that this person is not just here for a quick buck and to leave, because that's happened multiple times throughout Africa for any number of reasons. So you're going to find very warm and receptive people. Africans by nature, we're very warm and friendly and receptive people. But you also have memories, long memories. So those are, I think, some of the challenges at times when I've seen individuals, even colleagues, when they've gone on assignments there, and like the doctor was saying, that they don't have cultural awareness, they're not respectful of the people. These are very bright, educated individuals, obviously 5 degrees. And this, you'll find this throughout Africa, because we're hardworking, we know education helps to solve some of the issues, not all of the issues. So I think when you go in there with that respect, you'll have a very warm and receptive host. And if I can add on real quick, that's why I think at times people wonder why, for instance, China and some of these other nations have done such a good job in Africa, even though they may have some of, like all partnerships, you're going to have some issues you work through. But I think, in my experiences, and just talking to others, China, the Turks, the Indians, they've been there for a long time. They come in with a mindset of respect. Even though China is the second largest economy or largest economy, depending on which metric you use, compared to he's meeting with the president of Uganda, he still affords him that respect. And so people, it's like any of us. If someone treats you with respect, you're going to normally extend the same courtesy to them. If someone comes in with arrogance or a contempt towards you, most likely you're also going to treat them as such. So that's what I would add.
I really appreciate you opening that up, because that was my next question. As a grandmother, I'm into the thought of heritage, respect, where you came from, your legacy. Africa is our legacy, and as Americans, we know nothing. Could you talk about some of the resources possibly that are worthwhile in Houston that we should get some insight so we can gain the knowledge and start doing our homework? Are there chambers, or I've got some handouts about the Commerce Department or what have you, but I mean, Houston is a plenty with a lot of things that you may be aware of, that you can give us some idea so we can start doing our homework.
We can go back this way. I know too, this great organization, Lucy. And I'm going to put my colleague Emma on the spot. Because Emma, for those of you who don't know Emma, can you raise your
Stand
hand?
up,